Hey everybody, it's Tonia Reeves, Australia's Cowgirl medium, coming at you from hometown today. So I'm in Sunday Creek still. We've been in at home now for a little while, even though restrictions and everything are lifted. We'll be heading travelling in May, so yeah, not too far away. So we're just enjoying being at home and getting some things done, and for me, hanging around my horses, having a lot of fun with it. So I was really hoping to be outside with the horses today, but it hasn't worked out that way. It's a little bit windy, so we do tend to get a bit of wind here. So I'm really, that really depends on whether I'm able to be outside. So I'm fingers crossed for next week, because I'd like to get out with the horses and do my show, something different. I get bored sitting in the same room looking at the same background. I'm sure you guys do as well. So thank you for tuning in. Totally love connecting with you all on A1R Psychic Radio, along with many other talented souls. So I feel really honoured to be here. So today I felt like having a chat about problems and things that might be coming up for you presently or currently. I know with my readings and connecting with some awesome souls that are going through a few, it's almost like we're, being pushed to do some inner healing, some work. We're having, I like to call every so-called problem an experience. So, if we look at it that way and say, okay, might not be the most fun experience, but let's look at it that way. So when we accept them as, that's what they are, that they are learning lessons, it's almost like we can look from hindsight and say, at the end of the day, they're pushing us to grow, to make some changes, and really just to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. And the human experience is not an easy one, and I often get shown that in my connection to the spirit world, is they certainly have it a lot easier there, is what I'm shown anyway, compared to what we have here. So we do have our challenges, but I think as humans, if we can change the way we look at things and, if something's not working, unpack it, because it doesn't hurt to have a look at things a little bit deeper and say, okay, this is not working for me. There's an aspect of my life that I'm feeling a bit frustrated with. So how can I change it? And sometimes if you can't do it yourself, get somebody else to have a look at what's happening in your life, or, where the restriction is, because quite often it's your friends and those that are there to support you that can give you the greatest insight on, it might be a direction that you need to go in, or something that you need to bring into your life that you don't already have, and you need fresh eyes to actually see how to do that, or to give you some ideas. So don't feel like you're stuck in this on your own. It's really important to remember that your friends and family are there to support you, and we don't have to be, tough and, strong and not ask for help. So this is kind of the reminder to say, ask for help when you need it. It's so important, and we all like to help each other. And, sometimes even though you might not want to burden somebody with what you're going through, you feel you're a burden, the actual person is more than happy to help you, and it makes them feel great to feel like they've made a difference to you. So please reach out, and don't forget to do that. Life is full of ups and downs. There's no perfect case scenario where everything's just sorted and easy. So I think, we remember that. And yes, we have the blessings and we have the hindsight when we get through something. But, looking back on your life, look at how many times where you really thought you weren't going to make it through something, and now you can look back from hindsight and say, I made it, I did that. So, they're the tools we need to call upon at times when there is a struggle. And, I just know energetically we're all having a bit of a struggle at the moment. We've got the new moon coming up here in Australia. It's Saturday night, so I'm tipping that will be Friday night for you guys in the US. So look at your new moon rituals. What are you doing? What can you bring in, like new moon, new energy, set some intentions. There's so many powerful things that we can do that will help us just, go into a bit more of an ease and flow within life, rather than it just, constantly feeling like you're bogged down in it. It'll just give that bit of flexibility. Letting go of the past, the big one for many. You know, sometimes it's okay to unpack it, but we also want to be able to let go what's happened and you know, look at forgiveness not only for others but for yourself. You know, it's one of the biggest things that I see when I do readings is so many just struggle to forgive themselves. And, you know, that's a big thing. So sometimes you think you've done it and then something will come up and you'll feel a bit of guilt around something. So that tends to tell you that you need to do a little bit more work on it. You know, and I just say, even if you affirm to yourself, I'm willing to forgive myself. You know, you might not know what way, shape, or form that comes in, but it will definitely help you get a little bit of clarity around whatever needs to be being sorted for you, you know, at this present time. So, yeah, you know, and they're constant challenges. You know, forgiveness, I think, is one of the hardest things for many of us. So you're certainly not on your own there. But anyway, there's heaps of things you can look up on YouTube, you know, meditations and that around forgiveness if you're struggling. So maybe forgiveness is a bit of a theme for this week. All right, I'll leave that with you. Thank you for allowing me to share. So my caller today is Georgia in Hastings, New Zealand. Georgia, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Love New Zealand, our partner country. How's things over there, all right?
Yeah, raining. It's cold.
Yeah, it's getting like that, isn't it? We're not quite there yet, but we're getting into that. All right, so I don't run out of time for you, Georgia. Did you want me to focus on anything or connecting to somebody special for you today?
Yes, please. And just my relationship, please.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. All right. So I've got all right, first coming through for you, I've got okay. I feel like have you got two grandparents in spirit? Because I feel like two grandmothers. I feel like I've got two mothers in spirit. It's almost like they're coming across, but I feel like grandmother-ish. And it's like they want to share this information for you. You're massively intuitive. There's a lot of wisdom that's been handed down through your family is what they're showing me. And it's like you're very sensitive, but I almost feel like you're someone that could almost read somebody's mind. You really pick up on things, and that often creates a bit of a drama because you kind of preempt what's going to happen, and your gut feeling is usually right. And when you can see things that clearly, it makes it really hard to be able to go, oh my God, I'm seeing this. I don't want to be seeing it. But for you, it's like you can't not see it. So with that, it's like she's showing me that what you're sensing around the relationship is correct. And I do believe there's some kind of, I feel like there's a little bit of blindsidedness happening. So whether you're being told something and it's not quite true and your gut feeling and your guidance is going, screaming out to you, this doesn't feel right. Because it's like, it's almost like she's coming through to say, trust that, because you are correct. But I do feel like you're a little bit in your head around it because you're thinking, oh, is that right or is it not? And it's like she's going, give her a tap on the shoulder and say, come on, you know exactly what's going on here, but it might not be something you want to necessarily face right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is there a child involved in this relationship or something around pregnancy? I feel like she's showing me
I just miscarried.
Okay.
I miscarried a week ago.
All right. Okay. She's bringing my attention to that. So I'm really feeling for you there. So in amongst everything else that you're going through, that's a really, really heavy thing. So, and I feel like you know this with even as far as miscarriages go, there's that child essence around you. So it's like even though they don't come through full term, I always look at what spirits show me, you know, that even though there isn't the birth, there is certainly still that energy that stays around you. I do feel like I want to say to you, though, there's been a lot of stress, like besides obviously having a miscarriage is really heartfelt. And I do see children around you, so there's the future picture of children for you. There's no question around that.
Yeah.
But it's like things haven't been right almost. And it's not to say that stopped the child coming through it all, but for you, things need to be right. And because of like what I shared before, with you having that vision and you have an amazing talent for that, you really have to listen to it. And it's almost like if things don't feel right and they're not, we need you to make a call on that and make a decision based on what you already know. Can I ask, has there been not a lot of support since the miscarriage? Because I feel like it's showing me with this partnership there's not a lot of support for you, like you're doing a lot on your own.
Yeah, but I'm on my own here in Hastings for the relationship.
Yep. So have you made, you're going to make a decision around this relationship, yeah?
Sorry, what was that?
You're going to make a decision around your relationship, like based on what's happening right now.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I could tell you. He's currently been put in prison.
Okay. Yep.
And we've had no contact with each other, and that happened the day after my miscarriage.
Yeah. You've had so much happening.
So that would be the extra stress. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So can I ask, with that happening, it's like what Spirit is showing me is it's a yes and no decision that's coming up for you. There's no, it's almost like you're being shown the answers, but there's something around you not quite wanting to accept that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can I just say trust in what you're feeling, because I see there's change coming about for you, and I am running out of time, but I just want to touch on it's almost like things happen as they need to, but there's something around making a change for you. You're not going to stay where you are.
Okay.
Okay, so trust that.
Okay.
You're going to be okay. Yeah. But this is time for you. You've been given a second chance. Okay, so please take this and take that step. There's an opportunity coming I want you to say yes to.
Okay.
Okay, it's bigger and better for you.
Can I ask a quick question?
I'm out of time, but message me, Australia's Cowgirl Medium. Send me a message and I will respond to you, okay? Just shoot me a message and your last question so I don't have to cut you off. So thank you so much for calling in, and I'll chat then. Tonia Reeves, Australia's Cowgirl Medium. All right, check me out on Facebook. Thank you so much. We'll talk more over message. Thanks, everybody.